Warm greetings from the University of Ioannina in Greece, where a child rights center has been established in partnership with UNICEF. I am now talking from the Child Rights Center, which is supported very well by the university, and it has joined the Child Rights Centers community that have been established in many other countries. Today our topic is about the Child Rights Centers. Why are we establishing Child Rights Centers in universities, and why the partnership with academia? The first thing that I would like to mention is the role of universities as actors for social change in the society. Historically, traditionally, universities have been known for spreading knowledge, for promoting knowledge. But with the Child Rights Center concept, the knowledge goes beyond the walls and the fences of the campus. The societal role of the university through the Child Rights Center becomes much stronger, because the Child Rights Centers have been established with three key pillars. The first pillar is promotion of child rights. The second pillar is generating evidence-based knowledge on children. And the third pillar is integrating and teaching child rights into the university curricula and programs. Going back to the first pillar, promotion of child rights, this is where the university, through the Child Rights Center, connects to schools, municipalities, and to community leaders. The Child Rights Centers started first in Georgia, where UNICEF partnered out with universities and established 7 child rights centers in 7 state universities, and also 3 child rights centers in 3 private universities. Then the concept expanded in Greece, where so far there are 11 child rights centers in 11 universities, and other countries have also adopted this concept, and we will be presenting from different countries the various experiences of these child rights centers in an international conference that will be held in June of this year, 2025, at the University of Patras in Greece, where the first Child Rights Center of Greece was established. In Georgia, the first Child Rights Center with Akaki Tsereteli State University in Kutaisi City connected within 1.5 years to 373 schools, promoting child rights, strengthening the culture of child rights within school management, teachers, and students themselves as rights holders, but also promoting the culture of non-discrimination, of inclusive education, and making sure that schools should be free from abuse, exploitation, violence, and neglect. In Greece, we are seeing the same modalities of promotion of child rights happening with the child rights centers in universities in different administrative regions. At the same time, for instance, with the Hellenic Mediterranean University, we have established a special focus for the partnership of the university with municipalities. And many workshops have been conducted on strengthening the social services for children through the Child Rights Center activities by bringing together social work professors, social work associations, and social workers from the municipalities. In the University of Ioannina, where I am today, also the promotion of child rights will be implemented with the schools, and that's why the Regional Directorate of Education is meaningfully involved and engaged in the Child Rights Center of the University of Ioannina. The third component of promotion of child rights within the first key pillar is also connecting to community leaders. And this is where the Child Rights Center gets the commitment through meaningful engagement with community leaders like religious leaders and all other leaders who are in the society, formal and informal leaders. What is the objective of this first key pillar? Creating a stronger culture of child rights. Why violence against children exists? Because the culture of child rights is not strong enough. Why violence among children also exists? Because the culture of child rights is not very strong. Why modern teaching learning methods sometimes do not work out? Because the culture of child rights among teachers is not solid enough. The second key pillar is generating evidence-based knowledge on children. And who can do that better than universities? The professors are there. The students are there also to learn from the research and to fill out the questionnaires and to do the first level analysis. And the university is perfectly equipped to do research. And this component leads us to the fact of having evidence-based knowledge on children and the situation of children. Every time the parliament wants to pass legislations, to draft, develop and pass legislations on children, related to children, or every time the government wants to make decisions for and about children. So we make sure not only that the decisions and the legislations are based on relevant and reliable information and knowledge about children, but also that this information, this knowledge is generated within a decentralized approach. So in no time we can get information from the administrative regions about children that the government can, through the child rights centers, the universities, that the government can use to make relevant, informed decisions, or the parliament can use to develop and pass legislations which are also relevant to the real situation on the ground. The third pillar of the Child Rights Center is integrating and teaching child rights into the curricula of the university. And by this we mean all faculties. All faculties can adopt this approach. And it's very simple. How come an educator will be child rights based oriented if the educator has not studied child rights? How a judge would issue decisions, judicial decisions, rulings referring to the Convention on the Rights of the Child if the judge did not study the convention? And that's why in most of the countries, although ratification of the Convention on the Rights of the Child happened decades ago, still judges are not referring to the convention. And judges are not breaking some societal harmful traditions or practices based on the convention. This is what we need. We want the Convention on the Rights of the Child to become an effective tool to produce real, tangible, positive changes in the lives of children and their families. And to do so, the judge should be fully aware of the convention, of the provisions, of the general principles of the convention. The lawyer, to defend in a rights-based manner, should also be fully aware of the convention. The educator, the social worker, a social work inquiry should be age-appropriate, gender-sensitive, and in a nutshell, it should be rights-based. So to do that, the social worker also should understand very well child rights. And there is no better document to study child rights, to understand child rights, to assimilate and internalize child rights than the convention, the UN Convention on the Rights of the Child, adopted by the United Nations General Assembly in 1989. And since by now, 196 countries have ratified the convention and they have become state parties to the convention, then the convention has become a very powerful tool. It is, in fact, the convention that has got the highest number of ratifications amongst all human rights conventions. So that's why child rights education is crucial. And the child rights centers established at universities, they implement the third key pillar, which is teaching and incorporating child rights into curricula and university programs to make sure that the students learn child rights, and once they become professionals, they apply these rights. And this is a very cost-effective measure, because we would be able to save a lot on in-service training by investing in pre-service training. To do that, we need also professors who are specialized in child rights. And this is part of the mission of the child rights centers at all universities, which is preparing professors to become able to teach child rights as a course, as a separate course, as a syllabus to the students. It can be an elective course, it can be a required course, it can be in any form that the university would like to have, but the most important thing is that we follow the approach of homemade syllabus. We engage into a constructive dialogue with the university, with each university, to develop. UNICEF provides a model syllabus, and then each faculty starts developing in a very consultative way this basic document to turn it out into something that is really beneficial for the student of that given faculty. In summary, I would like to say that the child rights centers are a powerful tool to implement child rights by empowering the key actors in the society through educating the key actors on child rights, making sure that the knowledge on children's rights is available and used properly within a effective knowledge management approach, and also child rights are taught so professionals apply them when they are practicing their professions. This is the approach, and this is what we have been doing in Greece with the Child Rights Centers initiative, and many other countries by now have adopted this approach, and it is growing, and we are seeing very good results coming out of these centers.